Bridging the gap between business strategy and engineering excellence, this is the 4Gigs podcast. Hello, I'm your host, Maddie. In a world where software eats the world, how you build is just as important as what you build. We are here to help CTOs and executives make smarter decisions about their tech stacks, their teams, and their timelines. Welcome to the conversation. You are listening to the 4Geeks podcast.
Welcome back to The Deep Dive. Our mission, as always, is to take your sources, the articles, the research, and really just pull out the most critical and, frankly, the most actionable knowledge we can find.
And today, we are laser focused on a topic that is a real headache for so many businesses.
A huge one, appointment scheduling.
Exactly. We've been digging into these excerpts about the very aggressive rise of the inbound AI phone agent.
Okay, and we need to be really clear about what we mean by that.
We do. Because this is not your old school, press one for sales IVR system. Not at all.
God, no. The worst.
It's also way beyond the simple text chatbots you see on websites.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about truly sophisticated conversational AI that automates an actual real-time phone call.
All right, so let's unpack that. I mean, we're in this hyper-competitive landscape where every single minute counts, right?
Every minute.
And the sources are making it crystal clear that appointment scheduling has been this massive operational bottleneck. It just ties up valuable people in really repetitive work.
Work that isn't strategic at all.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's so repetitive, it is, as you said, absolutely ripe for this kind of digital transformation.
And the solution that keeps coming up is this robust enterprise-grade conversational AI.
And the outcome it promises is, it's nothing short of revolutionary for how a business operates.
Paint that picture for us.
Imagine every single call to your business is answered instantly, 24/7.
No voicemail, no hold music.
None. Appointments are booked perfectly. Rescheduling is handled without any drama, and all the customer data is updated in real time automatically.
Which frees up your actual human staff.
Completely. It frees up your highly trained, expensive staff from that administrative drudgery. So the core finding, really, from all this data is that AI phone agents, they aren't a luxury anymore. They're not some experiment.
They're becoming a necessity.
A non-negotiable necessity for any organization that wants to scale and deliver just a far superior customer experience.
Okay, so before we get into the solution, we really have to dig into the problem. We're calling this section Manual Mayhem because we have to quantify just how deep and severe this issue is.
Right. It's not just an annoyance. There are real dollar costs here.
Real hard costs.
And it truly is mayhem because the costs are so often hidden in plain sight. The pain is everywhere.
You see it in doctor's offices, right?
You see it in large dental practices trying to manage hundreds of patients a day. You see it in high-touch places, too, like financial advisors or even, custom car repair shops trying to book complex jobs.
So any business that relies on someone picking up a phone, checking a calendar, and managing cancellations.
Any of them. They're all struggling under the weight of this, what you could call manual debt.
Let's start with the most obvious one. High labor costs.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about human time, it's not just the salary. It's salary, it's benefits, overhead, training, the cost of the computer on their desk.
And the cost of fixing their mistakes.
Yeah.
Rework.
Exactly. So if a receptionist is spending, say, 6 hours a day just managing schedules, that is a constant high overhead drain that doesn't really add to the core service of the business.
And that cost gets even worse when you factor in the limited availability of people.
Right. Humans work fixed hours.
They do. So if your customers are shift workers or they're in a different time zone or they're just busy and can only handle their personal stuff at, say, 11 p.m., they hit a brick wall.
They call and get a voicemail.
And that's instant friction. It's a lost opportunity. The potential business is just gone. The AI agent, on the other hand, is always on. Perpetual 247 availability.
Yeah.
Peak performance all the time.
That feels like a huge advantage against competitors who are still stuck in that 9-to-5 model.
It is.
But let's move on to something even more frustrating, which is the inevitability of human error. You just can't avoid it.
You really can't. When you have a human looking at a screen, talking to another human, typing data into a system, you are baking risk right into the process.
What kind of risks are we talking about?
Well, miscommunications about dates, double bookings because the calendar didn't sync fast enough, wrong service codes, even just typing a phone number in wrong.
And when a customer gets a reminder for the wrong time or two people show up for the same slot, that's not just an admin problem.
No, that's a reputational cost. It
Right.
damages your brand. You can't eliminate human error in these high-volume tasks. You can only try to mitigate it with more expensive supervision, which just drives your overhead up even more.
And all of this leads directly to customer frustration. I mean, we all know it. The long hold times, the terrible music, getting disconnected.
Having to repeat your name and date of birth 3 times to 3 different people, it just destroys the customer experience.
The data on this is really stark, isn't it?
It is. The sources cite a Statista survey that found for 82% of U.S. consumers, speedy issue resolution is the single most important part of good customer service.
82%? That's a huge number.
It's massive. So if just booking an appointment involves a 3-minute wait and a confusing conversation, you are failing the vast majority of your customers right out of the gate. That friction drives them directly to a competitor.
And this whole manual system just collapses when a business tries to scale?
Oh, it breaks immediately. Whether it's a predictable rush, like tax season for an accountant, or a sudden spike from a good marketing campaign, the system gets overwhelmed.
Calls pile up, voicemails don't get returned.
And you're not just losing those immediate sales, you're losing the entire lifetime value of those customers. The manual system just can't handle a nonlinear spike in demand.
So the takeaway here is that the old solution, just hiring more people, doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't scale. The paradigm shift is about intelligently augmenting your human team with a system built for speed, precision, and, endless availability.
Moving beyond that old paradigm entirely. Okay, so that brings us to the AI agent itself. We need to look under the hood. You called it a symphony of technologies.
It really is. It's this incredible stack of modern tech that lets it function not like a robot, but like a true virtual receptionist.
So let's start at the bottom layer, the part that turns our messy human speech into data. We're talking about automatic speech recognition, ASR.
Right, ASR. This is the foundation. It's what gives the AI the ability to listen. Its only job is to convert the spoken audio, with all its messiness, into clean text.
And if the ASR fails?
The whole system fails. And the sources really stress that the recent kind of quantum leap in ASR accuracy is what unlocked all of this. Modern ASR can handle different accents, background noise, someone calling from the street or in their car, and it does it with really low latency.
So no more of those long, awkward pauses you get with old IVR systems.
Exactly. The conversation flows much more naturally.
Okay, so the AI has the text. Now it has to understand it. This is where natural language processing, NLP, and natural language understanding, NLU, come in.
And the distinction between them is so important.
Thanks. Why?
Well, NLP is about structure. It parses the grammar, the syntax. It analyzes how someone is speaking. But NLU is the cognitive layer. It's the intelligence that extracts the actual meaning and the intent behind the words.
So this is where it moves beyond just spotting keywords. Give us an example of that.
Okay, a customer calls and says, "Hi, I need to confirm my appointment for Thursday at 4, but my boss just called a meeting so I can't make it. Can we maybe look at 3 p.m. the day after?"
Right. A lot is happening in that one sentence.
A ton. NLP breaks down the sentence structure, but the NLU extracts 3 separate but connected intents. First, an intent to confirm an existing appointment. Second, an intent to cancel that same appointment. And third, an intent to reschedule to a new time, which is 3 p.m. on Friday.
And it understands the day after means Friday in this context.
Exactly. That level of contextual understanding is what separates a modern AI agent from a basic chatbot that would probably get confused.
Okay, so ASR hears, NLU understands the goal. What keeps the conversation on track? That's dialogue management, right? The conductor of the symphony.
That's the perfect analogy. Dialogue management is what maintains the state and context of the call. It tracks what's been asked, what information is still missing, and it guides the user step by step.
So if I say, I need to book a service, but don't give a date.
The dialogue manager's next logical step is to ask you for a date. It ensures the conversation flows logically toward the goal, even if you change your mind halfway through.
And to complete the loop, the AI has to talk back. Text-to-speech, TTS.
Right, and modern TTS is incredible. It takes the AI's text response and converts it back into this high-fidelity, natural-sounding voice. The days of the robotic, choppy voices are pretty much over.
It can even be customized to a brand's voice, I imagine?
It can, which is crucial for customer trust and perception.
But all this amazing internal tech is, well, it's useless if it's not connected to the business's actual systems.
Completely useless. The value hinges entirely on seamless, low-latency back-end integration.
Real-time action.
That's the key. The agent has to connect directly to your IT infrastructure. That means flawless API integration with your calendar systems, whether that's Google Calendar, Outlook, or some specialized proprietary software for, say, a hospital.
That's what prevents the double bookings.
It's the only thing that prevents them. It lets the AI check real-time availability and book slots instantly.
And it's not just the calendar. The interaction has to be personalized.
Which is where the CRM integration comes in. Customer relationship management systems. Connecting to those allows the AI to greet a caller by name, know their service history, and update the record in real time.
So it's not starting from scratch on every call.
Never. And finally, it has to be able to trigger those automated confirmations via SMS or email the second the call ends. Without that robust integration layer, the AI is just talking. It's not acting.
Okay, the tech is impressive, but businesses make these changes for one reason: ROI. Let's talk about the cold, hard data, the business case, starting with the customer experience, or CX.
This is where you see the most immediate returns. We already know that 82% of people value speed. But look at the flip side. A Zendesk survey in the sources found that for 60% of customers, long wait times are the single most frustrating part of a bad service experience.
And the AI eliminates that entirely.
It just vaporizes it. Instant answer, instant assistance.
And the 24/7 availability, that's not just a convenience, it's a revenue generator.
It is. It dramatically expands your booking window. For a global company, it lets international clients book during their own business hours. For a local plumber, it captures the person who has a leak at 10 p.m. and needs to book a visit for the next morning.
That's all revenue that was just being left on the table before.
Completely. And it's all delivered with perfect consistency. The AI is always polite, always efficient, always follows the script, doesn't have bad days. That reliability builds long-term trust.
Okay, let's shift from the customer-facing benefits to the back office to the financials. The sources quantify some pretty dramatic cost savings.
They do. The data shows that AI-powered customer service can cut overall service costs by up to 30%.
Wow, up to 30%.
It's a massive structural shift. It comes from offloading that huge volume of routine, repetitive calls, the 80% of interactions that follow a predictable path.
And you save on overhead, training.
Burnout, all of it. And this ties directly into capacity. A human can handle one call at a time. An AI agent on a cloud platform can handle dozens, hundreds simultaneously.
So your capacity can scale instantly without the massive cost of hiring and training more people.
Exactly. If your call volume doubles, the AI just handles it. No overtime pay needed.
And this allows for that redeployment of human talent we talked about.
It's the core of the augmentation strategy. You take your smart, empathetic human agents and you have them focus on the complex, high-value problems that actually require a human brain, not just reading off a calendar.
Now let's talk about something the sources called the silent killer of revenue: no-shows.
That's such a huge drain. An empty dental chair, an idle mechanic's bay, that's pure lost profit.
And the AI provides a systematic solution for this.
There's a two-pronged attack.
All right.
First, automated personalized reminders via text or voice call, just confirming the time, the date, what they need to bring.
And second,
easy change management. If the client knows they can't make it, the AI lets them reschedule or cancel instantly over the phone. That frictionless process encourages them to actually notify you instead of just not showing up because it's too much of a hassle to call.
and the data on this is, it's pretty staggering.
It's the most powerful metric for a lot of these businesses. The sources say that automated reminders can reduce no-show rates by up to 50%.
50, half.
Half. For a busy medical practice, that could be hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in recouped revenue. That one metric can often justify the entire project.
Let's make this more concrete. How would this play out differently in, say, a high-volume health clinic versus a high-ticket consulting firm?
Great question. For the health clinic, the goal is pure efficiency. Their ROI comes from that 30% cost reduction and the 50% no-show reduction. The AI handles the sheer volume of routine calls, freeing up nurses to deal with actual medical issues.
And the consulting firm?
Their volume is lower, but the value of each call is way higher. Their ROI is driven by that 247 availability for international clients. If a potential $1 million client calls from another country at 3 a.m. your time, the AI captures that lead. The benefit shifts from cost savings to pure revenue capture and brand protection.
And underneath all of this, every single call is generating data.
A goldmine of data. Every call is transcribed and searchable. You get real-time insights into what customers are asking for, where they're getting stuck. The analytics can show you patterns in booking times, cancellation reasons.
So you can actually optimize your service offerings and even your staffing based on real data, not just guesswork.
It creates a continuous improvement loop that's just impossible with a manual system.
Okay, we've made the business case. Let's go a bit deeper on the tech, especially on the engine that drives that continuous improvement.
And that engine is machine learning, or ML. This is the true intelligence. ML algorithms are what allow the system to get smarter with every single call it takes.
How does that work in practice?
Well, if a caller uses new slang or a particular call flow leads to a lot of transfers to a human, the ML algorithms ingest that data. They refine the AI's understanding of speech and intent, which leads to better accuracy and more natural conversations over time. It's what keeps the system from becoming obsolete.
When all of this intense processing, all this data storage, it has to live somewhere.
Right, and that's where cloud infrastructure comes in. All of these advanced agents run on platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure. The cloud provides the raw processing power for instant responses and the massive scalable storage you need.
So businesses don't need to buy and maintain a huge server farm in their basement.
Exactly. They get to leverage these incredibly powerful, pre-built AI tools that are native to the cloud.
Let's circle back to the API integrations because you said it's paramount. Let's get specific.
So we need robust, secure connections to calendar APIs, like Microsoft Graph for Outlook or the Google Calendar APIs. That's table stakes for booking. Then you need the CRM APIs, Salesforce, HubSpot, things like that.
And that's not just for looking up a name.
No, it's for complex actions like creating a new client record on a first call or updating their status in the sales funnel after they book a consultation.
And then there's the follow-up,
which requires messaging APIs for the SMS and email confirmations. And for businesses that need deposits, you need secure API connections to payment gateways to handle financial transactions right in the call.
This sounds incredibly complex to stitch together.
It is. And we're also seeing more advanced features emerge, too.
Like what?
Things like voice biometrics, which uses a caller's unique voice print for identification. It's way more secure than a password. And sentiment analysis.
So the AI can tell if I'm getting angry.
Exactly. It detects the emotion behind the words, frustration, confusion, and can then proactively trigger that graceful handoff to a human agent before the customer gets too upset.
Okay, so implementing a system this complex can't be like installing a new piece of software. It has to be a strategic process.
It's a major strategic undertaking. And the sources lay out a very clear 7-step phased approach. It's a roadmap for doing this right and mitigating risk.
Let's walk through it. Step 1, define clear objectives.
You have to start here. You have to identify specific, measurable goals. Is the goal to cut cost per call by 25% or increase after-hours bookings by 40%? Without those clear metrics, you can't justify the investment or measure success.
Step 2, pilot program and scope definition.
Right. Don't try to boil the ocean. Start small. Pick a high-volume, low-complexity process, like just initial client intake calls. Set firm boundaries. Phase 1 is just booking. Phase 2, you add cancellations. You learn in a controlled environment.
Step 3, data collection and training. This sounds critical.
It is the foundation for having an agent that actually works. You need to feed the machine learning models with your historical call data, your FAQs, your knowledge bases. This is what teaches the AI your specific business language, your jargon.
So it doesn't sound like a generic banking bot.
Precisely. The more relevant data you feed it, the smarter it gets.
Step 4 is the development and integration.
This is the build phase. Developers configure the platform, build the conversational flows, and most importantly, they execute those secure API integrations. The risk here is getting the data flows wrong, which can be catastrophic.
Step 5, testing, user acceptance testing.
Mandatory. You have to test it rigorously, first with internal staff who try to break it, and then with a small, friendly group of actual customers. You find the dead ends, you refine the logic, you iterate until it's solid.
Step 6, phased rollout and monitoring.
You launch, but you're not done. You have to be watching the key metrics like a hawk. What's the call? Completion rate, the error rate, the transfer rate to humans. Those numbers are the vital signs of your AI agent.
And that leads to the final step 7, continuous improvement.
This is the long-term commitment. AI is not set it and forget it. You have to constantly analyze the new data coming in, the new call transcripts, the failure points, and use it to retrain and enhance the agent. The AI has to evolve with your business.
Okay, so when you're deploying something this central to your customer interactions, there's going to be skepticism. We have to address the concerns. Let's start with security and data privacy.
A huge concern, and a valid one. But the sources are clear that any reputable solution uses enterprise-grade security. We're talking end-to-end encryption, strict access controls, and full compliance with regulations like HIPAA for healthcare or GDPR for international business.
So this is a C-level strategic decision, not just an IT one.
Absolutely, because the liability is immense if you get it wrong.
What about the other big fear? The loss of the human touch.
The sources offer a really strong counter to that. AI doesn't eliminate the human touch, it elevates it. By handling the 80% of routine, boring calls, it frees up your human agents to focus on the 20% of interactions that actually need empathy and critical thinking.
So the humans get to provide a better human touch, but only when it actually matters.
Exactly.
But can a machine really be personal? When I call my mechanic, I want him to remember my car.
And that's where the CRM integration is so powerful. The AI can be intensely personal. It can greet you by name, pull up your service history instantly, and offer tailored options. In many ways, that's more personal and respectful of your time than a human fumbling to find your record for 3 minutes.
And what's the key to getting customers on board with this new system?
Transparency and the reliability of that hybrid model. You have to be upfront that the AI is there for instant, 24/7 service. But the ultimate trust builder is that graceful handoff. The moment the AI detects frustration or a complex problem, it seamlessly transfers the call to a human who has the full context. That hybrid approach is the bedrock of trust.
Listening to all this, the custom training, the secure APIs, the phased rollout, it's profoundly clear that this is not a DIY project.
Not at all. A business needs an expert partner to navigate this. Implementing this kind of bespoke AI agent requires deep, specialized expertise. And this is exactly where a firm like 4Geeks, an enterprise software and AI firm, really positions themselves.
Okay, so let's talk about that. What is the specific value of bringing in a partner like 4Geeks for this? What sets them apart?
The key phrase from the sources is custom development and tailored solutions. They aren't selling a one-size-fits-all chatbot. They're presented as strategic architects.
What does that mean in practice?
It means they start with a deep dive into the client's specific business, their industry jargon, their customer pain points, their unique scheduling logic. They then design a custom AI agent that truly speaks the brand's language. It becomes, as the source says, an intelligent extension of your team.
And that custom approach must be especially vital when it comes to integrating with older legacy systems.
That is the most difficult part of the whole process. Their value is in their integration expertise. Their engineers know how to build those robust API connections to proprietary software that off-the-shelf tools just can't handle. That's what ensures the data flows correctly and securely.
And their role doesn't end at launch, right?
No, and that's the crucial part. It's about the strategic consulting and the AI roadmap. They help the business implement that Step 7, continuous improvement. They advise on how to govern the data, how to manage the retraining cycles, and how to keep the agent from becoming outdated.
They future-proof the investment.
They do. They ensure it provides long-term, sustained value by building it on a modern, modular architecture that's designed to scale and adapt.
So, by partnering with an expert like 4Geeks, a business is basically de-risking a very complex technical project.
They are. They're transforming a technological challenge into a predictable strategic advantage. And that data-driven approach ensures the AI is constantly being optimized for peak performance and customer satisfaction.
What a journey we've been on today. We've really moved from this idea of manual chaos, where human error and long waits were just the cost of doing business,
Right.
to an intelligent, data-driven, precise system for scheduling. The value proposition is just incredibly clear.
It's all about resource optimization and customer experience, really. The customers get instant 24/7 service, which is what they expect now, and the businesses get these massive efficiency gains.
Up to 50% fewer no-shows.
And up to a 30% reduction in customer service labor costs. It's a huge shift.
And the key takeaway, I think, is that success here isn't just about buying the tech. It's about strategic, expert implementation with a partner, like 4Geeks, who can tailor the solution and build that roadmap for the future.
And it all comes back to a really powerful finding from a Salesforce study the sources mentioned. 88% of customers say the experience a company provides is as important as its products or services.
Wow. As important.
So when you invest in this kind of automation for scheduling, you are making a direct, fundamental investment in the quality of your customer experience.
So we'll leave you, the learner, with this provocative thought. If automating routine scheduling is a direct investment in your customer experience, what is the single highest value task that your human team is doing right now that this technology should be freeing them up to focus on instead?
The future of this is intelligent, it's automated, and it is ultimately human-centric. Think about that. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.